Hello friends, I'm here to inform you of some rather unfortunate news. I am not Claire Rothermel nor J.J. Michael Robinson, who were the new crop of anchors that were set to revitalize News Center after its near 4-year hiatus. But instead I am fellow CUTV member, voice of Vulcan Volleyball, and host of the Potato Chip Podcast, Addie Man. I regret to inform you that News Center as you know it is no more. Due to the time constraints that the show required, we decided it was best to try something new, something different, something full of humor. I proudly introduce you to our new show, Silly Center. This show highlights only fictitious, silly news. The best part of all of this is the newscasters on this show have not seen the script prior to going on air. They must keep their composure while also trying to report the news. Whoever laughs the most loses. Without further ado, it is my humble honor to present the first and potentially last episode of Silly Center.
Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of Silly Center. I am your host, Claire Rothermel, joined alongside my co-host, Braxton Turner. Braxton, how are you?
Good. I'm excited to start this new version of News Center with you. It's a little different than the last episode we did because instead of actual news, it's fictitious news. And instead of the two of us writing and practicing the script, this is the first time we are seeing it with all that out of my way. Claire, why don't you bring us to our first story?
I would love to, Braxton. In campus news, the Penn West California Cats, designated by students as the River Cats, are planning a strike. It appears that the Cats are protesting for more hugs, pets, and better wages. Ralph the Cat declined an interview for this story, but did purr very loudly and came close to our reporter when they went pss, 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 pss.
Upon request from the Penn West administration, every Penn West campus bookstore will now be required to carry Penn West branded jorts. In case our viewers are not aware of what jorts are, they are half jeans, half leg, and all style. The administration will also be nominating somebody as official Penn West jorts supervisor, or jorts genie, if you will, to make sure all campuses are well stocked on Penn West branded jorts.
My nomination goes toward Mr. Johnny Sacka-Jorts-y.
Yes, I second that nomination.
We have one last campus news story for today. Trees. We have them on campus. That's all.
I can't believe it.
Switching now to sports news, Pittsburgh was recently selected by the National Fruitsketball League as one of the host cities for their new sports league. The National Fruitsketball League was a brainchild of Commissioner Colin Kirkwood, who describes fruitsketball as basketball, but played with fruit. The National Fruitsketball League will encompass 16 teams such as the Pittsburgh Fruity Pebbles, Seattle Fighting Figs, Jersey Fresh, Nantucket Nectarines, and a series of other teams fighting to win the coveted Golden Fruit Cake. The league will also be divided into 4 divisions: the Northern Nutrition Division, Southern Seed Division, American Agricultural Division, and the West Coast Citrus Division. The Pittsburgh Fruity Pebbles will play in the American Agricultural Division and already have released their own fight song to hype up fans. Go Fruity Pebbles! When asked if sports fans would confuse the National Fruitsketball League with the National Football League, Commissioner Kirkwood said no and did not elaborate.
In another sports story, the Professional Bowling Association hosted an event last night in which amateur bowlers were able to compete alongside the pros. The event was held at the Bowling for Soup Bowlorama Mania lanes overseas in Wales. The tournament took place in the small Welsh town known for having one of the longest town names in the world. The name of the town is Llanfarf Welgig Figson Schlarson.
Moving on to weather. A Category 5 puppy-nado hit the small island of Caton over the weekend. The islanders were in bewilderment when batches of puppies started raining down on the island shores. This was the second puppy-nado recorded in the modern era and brings new meaning to raining cats and dogs. The first puppy-nado occurred nearly 200 years ago when a large Great Dane came falling from the sky and terrorized the village of Rothermole. CUTV was not able to secure any footage from the storm, but our staff was able to put together the following video reenactment.
What a truly great reenactment that was. So lifelike.
Islanders claim that the ongoing puppy-nado is cute, but also deadly. Females on the scene, but rescue personnel continue to get distracted due to how adorable the puppies are.
Moving on to pop culture, in case you missed it, the Sammys were alive on NBC last night. The Sammys are like the Grammys, but only for people whose name is Sam.
Taking home the first award of the night was Sam Smith for his new song, Give Me That Coffee Maker. Fans have been led to believe that Sam has signed an endorsement contract with the coffee maker company Keurig. Thus, the reason why the song features the line, "You fill me up like a good old Keurig cup." Due to copyright laws, we are unable to play the full Sam Smith song. However, I can give you my rendition. You fill me up like a Keurig coffee cup. Wow, what a beautiful rendition. I think Sam Smith will be proud. Taking home the award for Best Country Album was Sam. By a Sam was Mr. Sam Hunt for his album, Blue Jeans, Trucks, America.
The Sammys finished with one of the most famous Sams traveling back in time to take the stage. Yes, folks, I'm talking about the one, the only Mrs. Sammy Davis Jr. The crowd was in awe when Sammy Davis Jr. appeared on stage, reverse Thanos style, and performed an earth-shattering rendition of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. It sounded something like this: Twinkle, twinkle, little star, I wonder what you are.
Switching gears to the wonderful world of movies. Yes, I'm talking about those long videos you watch while you're wondering if you're doing something wrong with your life because you have that much time on your hands. Movies are America's pastime, but one company wants to launch the world of movies into the future. Coming in at a wild 88 miles per hour, the newly created company Plutonium plans on making 5D movie theaters. Theater goers will now have the option to experience their favorite movies in never-before-seen ways. Plutonium CEO Huey Lewis described the news of newly developed 5D theaters as explosive. Plutonium has been in talks with the creators of many classic movies such as Forrest Gump, The Polar Express, Castaway, and many more films featuring Tom Hanks.
Before we wrap up, we have a special treat in store for our crowd at home.
Oh, I love special surprises. What do we have in store today?
I've been working on a poem for you.
A poem?
Yes, I wrote a poem for you that expresses my real thoughts about you as a person. Claire, Claire, on the wall, where's your coffee? There's none at all.
I'm truly touched by that. Thank you so much for that poem, Braxton.
Anytime.
Well, that's all we have time for today on the New News Center. Before we go, I'd like to announce that today's winner is me. As an award, they will have to make up a poem for the scriptwriter for this episode, Addie Man. Addie, you make my heart go not saddy. That's it. That's the end. Wonderful.